there's not a lot to cover because most of the protesters they've gone home, and I guess there's nothing else to protest. Essentially, there's a what is it? National Guard. Here we are again in front of the federal court building, and National Guard for the most part are sanctioned or okay to be here at least until tomorrow, I guess, legally. So Trump was able to deploy the California National Guard onto downtown LA, and the courts, I guess they struck it down and said that was illegal, but he appealed it until, I guess, Tuesday they'll do a ruling. More than likely it'll just fall so that they cannot essentially help with the protest or the protest that has been going on. So there's not much to cover because there's not a lot of people here and there's not a lot going on, as you can see. But they did, they came here and they tagged the hell out of the loading dock of the federal building. And here we are again. This is the VA hospital. They tagged over here. No. I'm there. Are they coming or are they coming? Okay, all right. But I'm just giving an update. There's really not much to cover. The sister said that they are coming, but there's not a lot going on. I think a lot of stuff has just kind of calmed down and quelled down, especially since Saturday or Sunday too. They were doing a little sporadically. Appreciate you, Angel. Why can't we all just get along? I missed that. Yeah, I know my people from the BLM. Shout out to Dr. Melina Abdullah and shout out to Baba Akili. The place where I was at Saturday, which was not far from here, they ended up getting jacked up. I think it's a little. I think Dr. Melina said she got maced, and Baba Akili, he got beat up. Not like hella bad, but he did get. I think he got touched up on by the police. So, and these are my people from BLM LA. So shout out to them. They were down here just in solidarity. But right now, again, there's nothing going on. Yeah, I just came from over there. And I didn't see nobody. Nothing. Nothing's going on. Nothing's here. I am not going to be on here too long, but I don't know. Field trip, I guess let's go around the corner and see if there's anything else pop locking. Give me one second. Saturday was real intense, and I wasn't intending on coming out on Saturday, but it was a lot going on last Saturday. What I'm going to do is get on over to the other side. Let me go back down Temple and see. Usually there's media here. There's only one news station that was here. So a lot of things have calmed down. I saw that they looted the protesters, or I ain't gonna say the protesters. What it is you do got some bad actors that looted a few places. They looted a AutoZone in South LA, which is, miles down, about 10 miles south. But they did loot, broke into the AutoZone. They broke into a few other places. But overall, here's the place where I was at the other day, Los Angeles Mall Plaza, what is it, Fletcher Brown Square. Here we are. Nothing going on at all. There's not a lot. I really don't have too many updates. I just got stuff that had happened since Saturday, and really pretty much nothing. Like I said, I knew some people who personally went down to the area where they were protesting, and the police jacked them up. So yeah, again, nothing I don't see any. I don't know of any I know that they had a lot of people are afraid to go to work. There were a lot of people who were afraid to go to church because they were afraid that ICE would raid their place of work and place of worship. So I have reports of that. Oh man, there's a lot of federal officers. I'm right here near the federal courts, U.S. federal court building, and on the other side there were a lot of cars. Federal officers who are in those cars were there. So here we are. I'm by another federal building. Not a lot going on, y'all. Just an average every day in downtown LA, pretty much. There's not a lot going on. So again, there's not much to report. There's not a lot. I don't know if you guys are seeing anything in the news, but there are a few places where things have happened. There was something that happened in Inglewood where a car ran into a bunch of the protesters. And besides that, there was a undercover cop car there. These undercovers are out and about, of course. I didn't report it. Oh, nobody's down there. I didn't say it after that last live that I went on Saturday. When I was getting into the car, there was someone that was riding around and they had a weapon in their lap, right? And I saw it. I'm pulling up to the spot, my car, and I'm thinking, oh, it's about to go down. They probably trying to do something. But nah, they did have a weapon and they were rolling around LA. See, stuff like that, it could be real dangerous for the general public. So I did let my people know, like, yo, there's some people out here, nefarious individuals running around here with weapons. And when I say a weapon, I'm talking about a GUN, right? They had like a Beretta, and that was alarming. That's all I could really say. It wasn't like they were brandishing it or nothing like that, but you know, I come from the place where it's like if you show your weapon, you're gonna use it. All right, here I am. I am pushing towards south of LA. This is Fig, South Fig. Nothing. There's nothing going on, y'all. Nothing. Streets is quiet. I don't know if it's gonna stay this way. Yeah, exactly. The GU. Hey, Kiki Eyes. Hey, thank you again. Meet me at the trap. It's going down. And jail. That's hilarious. Nothing's going down. No, nothing's up. Nothing is up. This is LA. It's fairly quiet for a lunch. For lunch. It's fairly quiet. Not a lot going on. No protesters, well, here's somebody with the Mexican flag. So maybe they are about to turn it back up. But truth be told, I can't front. I think the protest was somewhat of a failure, if you ask me. That's just me, though. I mean, it raised attention. It got some attention, but I don't know. That's just me. I don't think it was a hell of success. And a lot of businesses lost because there's some business owners right by the epicenter of where I just left. That was a little Tokyo. There's normally a lot of business that come through on the weekends, and they had to eat that. They had to shut down. They boarded up their businesses. They had to shut down. See that, there's wins and losses, and I think for the most part a lot of the businesses lost. That's it, y'all. I am about to get up out of here. I think 9-10 minutes is good enough. A good enough update. Anybody got any questions? Y'all hit the like button, please. Oh, I got a lot of people in here. appreciate y'all for tapping in. If I could get some subscribers, like and subscribe, that would be great, y'all. Look, I'm almost at 10K. My channel pretty much is focused on things that go on in the West, and obviously this was one thing that went on in LA, West Coast, West LA, and it was pretty significant. So I appreciate everybody who stopped in and dropped in just to stop in, and just, even if you just said hey or whatever. And of course, everybody who is, I'm sorry, it's probably loud as hell. Of course, anybody who is a member and a subscriber, I appreciate y'all. I got to give the shout outs. There's a lot of people that I kind of want to just shout out in general, who pop in and out the channel and just kind of show love. Yeah, nothing's going on, y'all. I was gonna go over here by USC, but in all honesty, there's nothing going on. That's the only news I got. I see no protests. I see a lot of, well, I don't see anybody outside. I don't see nobody. So I'll cut it short real soon. Let me see if I'm gonna get out. Since we got all these people in here, I think you guys should go check out this investigative journalist project the team and I have been working on. With it involves the what is it, the CEO of Rock Nation. Her daughter is suing her, and she got receipts, she got a testimony. Not only that, I mean, the other person who runs Rock Nation, Jay-Z, he's got something similar coming up on him. I think the news media is not really talking about that purposely, but if y'all can, just go check it out. It's on the Jaguar Wright Show. It's also on the Jaguar Wright Effect. And there's news media, there's people who kind of touched up on it, but I think for the most part, most orgs are scared to touch on it. You know what I'm saying? What do you say, Christopher Smart? You say, yeah, we'll see. I got to do the updates and see what's going on with the curfew. I know the mayor put something out as far as if the curfews will end or when it will end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I got more people piling in. You got y'all, look, I'm about to shut it down, but there's no news. I guess no news is good news, right? There's really nothing to report. Oh, I know where I can go. There's really nothing to report, to be honest, because oh, I'm watching the road. I can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Oh shit! Yeah, right. You know, a trick that I do, like if I've had people in the car and in the passenger side, right? They on my passenger side. If you shotgun driving with me and you fall asleep, I'll let you get some good sleep, right? I'll let you get some good ass sleep, right? And then I'll just, you know, turn the music down, turn the radio down, and then I'll just scream, ah! Like, and man, certain people I can't do that to because I don't want to induce a heart attack or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to a place. I'm gonna go to a real scary place. Hold on. Y'all wanna see a scary place that used to always haunt me as a kid? Okay, story time. Look, LA is a very, well, it's old. It's pretty old. It's an old place, and it didn't really start developing until maybe about 100 years ago, when there was, like, you know, invention of water. No, not deport them all. Let the kids stay. There's a lot of kids that need, you know, help. I see, it's a sticky situation. Someone said deport them all. John Castillo. With a name like Castillo, what are you, Cuban? Anyway, no, I'm not all on that whole deport them all. I just say, yeah, those who are doing a whole lot. there was a person who was online, and he made a lot of sense. He was a brother, and he was saying, like, look, the way this country is set up,
white's gonna be on top, and then you got black second. But you got a lot of these immigrants or the immigrant class who come in and they try to edge us out. Black people who are originally here. I'm gonna say it like that. The black people who were originally here, like I got family that's been here more than 2-3 centuries, right? And yeah, it's not like, oh, you know, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and this and that or whatever. When you got certain individuals or certain people who come here and they edge us out. I'm talking about black people for the most part. Yeah, this is okay. So I'm coming here because I know I'm all over the place with the conversation, but I'm coming here because this place used to always give me the damn creeps, right? Y'all want to know where I'm at? Do y'all want to know where I'm at? I am somewhere. This is crazy. Hold on, let me just stop right here. I am at Angeles Rosedale Cemetery. I had to we had to bury some people, or I had some, I ain't gonna say bury, I'll just say we had some ceremonies here. Check this out. This is a very old cemetery, y'all. Very, very old. Very old cemetery. I don't want to show any gravestones. I don't want to disrespect anyone's family or anything like that. But obviously, that person, you know, you see that name there. Look at this. It's a very old stone. Look at this. Look at this. Some Illuminati, right? I think some of them Rock Nation people they gonna end up in Rock Nation employees gonna end up in having things like this. But this place used to creep me out as a kid. I used to have to walk down Washington with my brother to go see our grandmother who was in a convalescent home. And I used to always walk by. I was very little, but we would walk by here in this place. Yeah, it was a pyramid. It's a pyramid. But yeah, we would walk by and it was just like, this place always gave me the creeps. But now I'm older, I'm not too scared no more. But yeah, this is in the middle of LA. I am in a you know, it will creep me out in the night. Like I'm not, nah. But this cemetery, this is a legit cemetery, y'all, in the middle of LA. And let me scroll it this way, right? Look at this. And I got to do the research and the history of how this cemetery came about. But this cemetery's been here at least a good almost 2 centuries, something like that, probably longer. You scared for me? Don't be scared for me. Okay, we got a lot of people in the building. I'm basically am the curator of this channel, Wolfgang Amadeus, and I was just giving everyone an update in regards to this protest. And I think it's a perfect way to end this segment here is because protest is dead. I'm in the cemetery and I just said, let me stop here because there's really no place else to park. Yeah, where there's a lot of Asian people buried here because understand this place, there was a lot of Asians who settled Los Angeles originally, and a lot of African people, people of color, black people, etc. I mentioned Biddy Mason. Do the research on Biddy Mason. I want y'all to do the research on, there was a thing called the Chinese Massacre. I believe it was 1871, where on Los Angeles Street, I think it had a different name. No, what the street wasn't called Los Angeles, like it was called something else, but there were a bunch of Chinese immigrants there. They got into it with a bunch of the Anglos, and I think it was just something like a scuffle or something, like misunderstanding type of situation, but they got into it with them, and oh man, they literally unalived a lot of those Chinese workers and stuff like that here. You got to understand the Chinese came here to also, you know, work on the railroads, you know. And clearly those were, wait, what did you say? What did Jag say? Clearly those were the who had the China man's chance. What up, what up? Okay. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, y'all go follow Jaguar Right if you haven't. There's a very, very important story that's I'm still scared. I'm not gonna walk across no one's grave like that. But oh, I'm looking. Somebody said, look, a lot of Chinese people. You're not lying. I would pick up this headstone, but yeah. But I'm this name here. This name trips me out. Number one, you see the compass and the compass and the G. You see the last name, Crowley. No disrespect. Dang, that person passed on before my grandmother was even born. Yeah, it's a very interesting place here. It's a very interesting place. Who's down to do a meetup? Yeah. I got nothing against Masons. No one said, I didn't say I got anything against Masons. Alex, my dad was one. So I just chose not to. But trust me, I got a lot of them that helped me out just because of my dad. So if your name is good, you know you're good, right? But I got nothing against the Masons. I got nothing against anybody, really. All right, y'all. But the update for the protests, nothing. There's nothing going on. Can y'all please hit the like? Can I get some subscribers too? I am open to go to other places in LA. If there's something that pops off in LA, you say, where is this? This is Angela's Rosedale Cemetery. It's not too far from USC. And this is a very, very old cemetery, y'all. This is, I know probably people are creeped out. Illuminati right there. Got the Illuminati burial. It's the Rock. Yeah, take a shower. Who are you talking to? Thanks for subbing. Somebody who said who subscribed to me. I appreciate it. Hey man, I saw a guy live now saying the N-word. Okay. The N-word, nice video. Yeah, please double tap the screen. Again, oh, Angel, thank you again. Appreciate it. Don't support the Latina baddies. I know it was some Peruvian chicks that were down at I was like, y'all can stay. No, I'm just kidding. Look, people be clowning, man. People be clowning. I'm actually gonna shoot a film here. Side note, I do films, so I'm actually gonna do a piece of a film here. It's very small, but I wrote something, and I'm actually gonna shoot a film here, just because of how it looks. And not a lot of people have actually been here like this. Everybody know about Inglewood Cemetery? No, Michael Jackson isn't buried here. He is buried on the other side of downtown. I believe it's Hollywood, Hollywood Hills. What is it called? Not the Forever Cemetery. Hollywood Forever Cemetery. It's another one in Glendale. Please, y'all, any questions? The whole thing, though, that I was pretty much coming on to talk about, I was hoping I would see a lot more people down at the federal building, because that's where the protests were going on. There's nobody there. I understand it's a Monday. You're in Cali, Palos Verdes, and San Pedro. That's what's up. You know about all those slides. The land is sliding down there on Palos Verdes. For real, it's a lot going on there. But look, nothing going on with the protests. Again, I saw Baba. No, I didn't see Baba Akili, but I did see Dr. Melina from Black Lives Matter before she went to the protests on Saturday. She ended up getting maced. And I believe it was down in that area where I said they were doing where they were letting off gas, the tear gas. Yeah, they were doing a lot. They were busting heads, a few heads on Saturday. They were, and I was down there. You say, am I for or against what? I don't know what you're saying, Zach. Am I for or against what? But I was down there to see if I could get any of that, as far as coverage. If you guys look at the last, and for the protesting, no, the protesting, in my opinion, Zach, it's kind of pointless if you really ask me. Who gets the most done? I'll keep it a buck with you. You see certain individuals that are in this country, and they get a lot done, and they don't have to protest. So the only thing that really helps is what do you call it? Policy. Policy is what gets stuff done. So if you ain't got your money right, who's funding this? China. Ryan. I believe they said there was someone from the Walton family, someone who has stake or owns part of Walmart or something, is funding the whole thing, supposedly. But what was I saying? I was saying a whole lot. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Y'all will get me going. Like, I appreciate the questions, and sometimes I try to be focused or whatever. But what I was saying was, yeah, married member of the Waltons. Yep, Walmart. Yeah, yep. The married member of the Waltons is funding it. So, hold on. What a good dude. Okay.
Yeah, a married member of the Waltons they're funding it. I got to get more since I'm covering it. I got to get more information.
But that's what I heard. And like I said, when I went down there, y'all check out my last video Saturday when I was down here during the protest, and I just saw, of course, a lot more police presence than what I saw today. The protest, again, in my opinion, is not going to do anything because, number one, you had to get a permit to protest. You got to let them know I'm going to protest. So it's like, why not organize in another way? Like I said, policy is what gets stuff done, and that's the only way you're really going to make some change. I get it, though, protesting, I get it, but all I got to say is really, I ain't going to say it was pointless. I'll just say I don't think it was as effective. Do I agree that LA protests would be classified as riots because of the damage in Tremor? You know what? I remember the riots, the 92 uprisings. In fact, I have like footage. If y'all want, I'll put that on my channel. I have like unseen footage of how it looked, how LA looked. And I was doing the research. You know, you can kind of see things in retrospect. I was following information about where the burning started. It all started down on Hollywood and like Western, and it worked its way down into South Central LA. So the black folks at the time weren't the ones doing the majority of the looting. They didn't start the looting. I'll just say it like that. Nor did we start burning stuff. That stuff was done. It was an effort. It was a concerted effort to burn down a few things. But I'm gonna show that. I have that footage. I still have it from 1992. I'm still working on that documentary project, but I will be showing that. But no, I don't think. There's not a lot of damage. There's not a lot of damage done to a lot of the businesses in LA. I guess you probably could get some funding. Yeah, you say it was staged. Now, not the recent ones. I'm talking about the riots from the uprising in '92 when people turned up for Rodney King. Rodney King just got his butt whooped really, really bad, and the police got off, and that's what got that popping. That got that popping. Like nothing is going on right now. I think a lot of people are just a little softer, if you really ask me. That's what I think. That's what I think. Okay, Rodney King had that shit coming though. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he had it. I don't think nobody deserves to get, beat by some damn cops. And one of the cops just happened, his name just happened to be Coon. Well, let me not say that word, because I've got struck for saying that word. Okay, no, this is not the deport them all. You got people talking about deport them all. No. Okay, I see we got a bunch of clowns in here. You guys are funny. Yeah, I got beat by the cops. I'm white. Can I have it? Yeah. Alex, you got beat by the cops and you want an N-word pass? Good luck. I dare you to go to Watts. I dare you to go somewhere in Philly. I dare you to go somewhere and use that pass. I just dare you. That's all I got to say. I'm not saying you can't or cannot say it. I just dare you to say it. But the thing is if you're white and why would you want to say it? That's the problem I got with a lot of our Latin brothers and sisters. I was just talking to my coworker, and we were talking about this one group. Shout out to them. What was that one group that YG just did a song with? Shoreline Mafia. It's a couple of SA cats, Latinos, and they say the N-word so tough. And I'm like, back in the day, I used to check them. And now I'm like, you know what, y'all gonna say that. Just don't say it around the wrong individuals. You know, you can get your ass whooped. But anyway, what's an essay? An essay. That's what we call a Latino in LA. Essay. Like, you know, they say, what's up, essay? That's what they say. You remember the Watts riots, Pamela? Yeah. I heard about the Watts riots. One of my elders was like, yeah, was telling me about that. The former Black Panther was telling me about the Watts riots. There's always been some riots. The epicenter of, if you're trying to get something popping, I'm in LA, Ray. If you're trying to get something popping, as far as politically, or get the word out, it usually starts on the West Coast. But the I would say the cachet that Black people have and what we done for civil rights in this country, you gotta have them, and you should have them involved. You should have them involved if you're really trying to get something moving. I think this situation with the ICE deportations and stuff like that, a lot of Black people just like, I'm standing out of it. I don't, you know, and I understand. I understand. I don't think it's right to go after the elderly or little children, because they said ICE are hitting up certain schools, elementary schools. And see, that's the thing. The federal government, they know this. If they really want to get all of the, you know, quote unquote, illegal immigrants that come over here and they have children, a lot of these people come from their country, and what they do is they settle here because there's enclaves where they can make money and do what they need to do. They can send money back to their homeland, etc. But they usually have kids, and they will enroll their kids into school, public school. There's nothing wrong with that. I want your kids to get an education. The federal government can go to these schools and say, hey, we need to know who's citizens, because there's record of it. I know when I enroll my kids into school, they want birth certificates. They need all that. Not socials. They just need birth certificate. They need to know the status, because they use it for federal funding, right? But yeah, they can go to the schools and be like, yo, we need to know who's who. We got some people who are, they can do that. And I heard they are doing that. And I think that's, I don't know if it's unconstitutional, but I know it's not right. It's definitely not right in regards to them going into the schools and, you know, going after the kids. You're not supposed to harass the kids. So I'm against that. Like, leave the kids alone. You know, leave the elderly, leave the kids alone. And somebody said, let the sexy Latinas stay. That's what they said, you know. Is there something wrong with what? Not about the protests. Yeah, y'all turning up in here. I appreciate that. Can y'all please hit the like? Can y'all please subscribe? I'll definitely go on if you guys, you know, hit the community and post. If I post something and I say, hey, you know, because I get alerts and stuff as far as like if there's any type of ICE raids or if there's any types of looting going on, I'll get an alert. And I'm not far. I'm like pretty much, you know, near the epicenter for the most part. I got folks in El Sereno, and I could be anywhere, everywhere. But LA is hard to get to depending on traffic. I'll just say it like that. But if you guys, for the next, I don't know, foregoing future, if there's anything going on, just subscribe, and I will definitely take an ear to, hey, y'all want to hear something? Because they said there was an ICE situation going on at Manual Arts. It's a school not too far from here. They said ICE was there a few hours ago, but I didn't go because I was handling some business at the place I work at. But yeah, they're doing a lot. And I heard that ICE is going to pause when it comes to certain industries, restaurant, farm, things like that. They said they're not going to do a whole lot of raids of companies that are tied to those industries. That's what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Send ICE to rural areas. Shoot. Have I seen what's going on in Minnesota? Yeah, Jag, I saw that someone, the guy kind of looked like Sean Atwood a little bit. The one who kind of, no disrespect. This guy went around and he posed as an officer
He posed as police, and he ended up pow-powing 2 senators, or the senator and his wife.
Yeah, it's getting real crazy. See, the thing is I don't think people understand. There's a lot of homegrown T to the errorists that's ready. We got the sleeper cells ready. Come on, let's keep it a buck. Like I said, I'm not totally against the raid shit. We got to get rid of these bad elements. Any of them MS-13s, them, you know, because I think what is it? What's the name of that dang on something they TDA, or is it TDA? It's a cartel group from, is it Venezuela? I believe it's Venezuela. But they're classified as T to the terrorists. Now, Trump classified them as that, so therefore the feds can come get them. The feds can come in and just get them. So Trend de la Agua or something. Yeah. But no, like I said, it's deeper than what y'all think. I don't think it's just them going after, you know, just randomly doing it. It's deep. They, trust me, the eye in the sky, the intelligence, they know where these people are, and they're going to go get them. So that's just, I'm under the impression that it's deeper than just, you know, them going after Abuela and Abuelo and the little kids. Because like I said, leave the little kids alone, leave the old people alone, for real. Some of these people, if you've done something illegal, getting over here, you just got to face the consequences. Just like, oh boy, the white guy that said he want to say the N-word. You go to Watson, say it, and just face the consequences. That's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. All right, I am in this cemetery, but I am alive and well, and I got much life. I have a lot of life in me. So I am going to get out of here, and yeah, speaking of ex-husband's son even threatened my life. What's going on there? Patriot. Yeah, it's a lot of comments coming. I can't read them all, but I will. And again, if you know, should we pay those old people Social Security? I don't know what you're talking about. What move? When y'all move into our neighborhoods, we don't mess with y'all. Hell, y'all live in peace in our hoods. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly think that the whole thing with this protest and what was going on and why we had the protests, I think there's some people on the other side who are invested in the social decay and the civil war in this country. That's just what I think. So, you know, the married member of the Walton family, you know, may need to be investigated, because I was trying to even explain that in my last live. There were ads in Craigslist, in the Los Angeles Craigslist. And we all know Craigslist is on just as seedy as hell. That's a seedy ass place, right? But Craigslist had ads in the general labor section looking for people to pretty much do things at the protest. It wasn't blatantly laid out in the ad, but it was in general labor, like the construction area, and they were just like, yeah, we're looking for big bad dudes, and you know, are you a leader? Are you going, you know? So yeah, if you were paid, if you got paid, if they could run the research and see who got paid for that to be in a riot, yeah, they definitely need to be in jail for sure. Protesting is one thing, but then, you know, causing disruption, I don't agree. I do not agree. Yep, just like the George Floyd protests. They said Chris was looking for people to parade as well. Yeah, like it's man. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end it with a bang. All right, look, bang. We are here. This is a cannon. This is from 1908. with malice towards none. This is Stanton Post. I got to see what that GAR stands for. At least we forget. 61 to 60. Oh, this must have been from World War II. I mean, Civil War. Speaking of Civil War, this is an actual. Is this an actual Civil War? Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is it. This is a cannon from the Civil War, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then here we go. Cemetery, y'all. I am in one of the oldest cemeteries in Los Angeles. Yeah. Only the mods can use the chats. Yeah, you're right. All right, y'all. Please like. You don't have to share. Just subscribe. I'm done. I'm pretty much done here. I think for the most part, though, the whole protest thing and what has been going on with that protest, just like the cemetery, it's done. It's dead. If you ask me, the looters and stuff, the rioting is just going to look bad for the Democrats, if you ask me. Gavin Newsom, he went on and tried to pretty much start his presidential election bid with that, hey, I'm going against Trump, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cool, but he still looks like a chump. You know, you're the leader of the state. You could say, hey, look, I don't agree with him taking, pulling rank and taking my, but like, look, I'm gonna coordinate an effort to get peace, to start peace, to get peace going or whatever. Just like Trump said, I'm gonna haul off on the ICE detainees and stuff. And the thing is Trump isn't even deporting people. Y'all know Obama deported more people than anybody. Trump isn't deporting anyone. He's just doing what he's doing, I guess. Like I said, I think it's just deeper than what everybody claims to see. All right, y'all. It's The Rock. I think we about to see the end of a dynasty, for real. The end of a dynasty. This is the representation. The end of a dynasty. It's The Rock. All right, y'all. I'll be back, maybe. Peace.